Hey my friend, how's it going? Wow, cards wanted to come out already. Okay, so I don't know who you are or what you're here for exactly, but cards are coming out and I haven't even started talking yet. I'll just get into it. You got Melissa to the left. Now that may be relevant to a person, or it may actually just be for the plant and the healing qualities or essential oils. Okay, so you've got that, and you've also got Palmarosa, and you got that in inverse. Okay, so I'm going to look up those properties in a few minutes. My name's Amy, and I am a spiritual medium and a business strategist, and I'm delving deep into human design and helping people align their souls with their financial goals. It's been super fun to help people who don't necessarily, they haven't figured out how to make money and keep it consistently, or they have a lot of money and haven't figured out how to have everything else in their life work in a way that really feels like aligned with who they are. So I get to be the bridge and help them with that, and it is a huge honor. Now you did get a lot of cards for this reading, okay? So just let me organize them for a second. While I do this, I'm curious to know, how's your day? What have you done so far? Or maybe you're in bed. I'm not quite sure about that yet, but some of you are. All right, so here's what you got. You got forgiveness, Bronwyn in inverse. You got Saradwin in reverse, potential. So the number 7 and 9 might be relevant. New moon in Capricorn, step up and lead. Full moon in Pisces, forgive in inverse again. So you got forgiveness twice in reverse. Okay, so there's something very, we're going to get into that. Attuned to the divine, upright. And that's the new moon in Pisces. Last quarter moon in Cancer, take a breather. First quarter moon in Gemini, speak your world into being. And the first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. I almost said access the situation. So this card here definitely will have a double meaning that will play into this right now. So before I get into the healing qualities of the plants, all right, and again, the name Melissa, so it may or may not have anything to do with the situation, but you may have somebody that would be good for you to talk to, whose name is Melissa as well. And it could be, like I used to have the Melissa oil that I would have in my bath, and it was like, you know, it really shifted my energy. So there could be something with either talking to a Melissa or using something with Melissa that's going to shift your energy. Now, you may be coming out of a stage of something that really hurt you or some kind of deep regret. And it could be, yeah, it could be like you did something or somebody else did something, but there's definitely a feeling of regret. And what's really great is you are stepping out of that like energy where things have been hard or you can't understand them, or maybe people had done things that really didn't help. They didn't help you. In fact, they held you back and it seemed like just came out of nowhere. Or people were doing things all along. But people hurt you, and yeah, and they even hurt other people around you. And so you may have some guilt or some kind of frustrations or things to release. And this is confirmation. You got 2 forgives in inverse. This is confirmation that that energy is leaving you. It's leaving your system. It's like it's going back to where it came from. Now you may never actually forget these. These are actually stepping stones in your growth and the evolution of who you are, and also to give you clarity in what you want, right? And for some reason, I have this, like you can't see the cards on the table right now, but for some reason I have this feeling like I just kind of want to put my hands on them and move them all around and organize and overlap. And so it may have been that this, whatever it was, the situation that you went through, whether other people had done things, or maybe you did things, or maybe you just didn't see things, or maybe you think you should have done things differently. But whatever it is, this forgiveness, it's almost like when you're stuck in that energy, you are very disorganized and you want to move things around all the time, or try to make sense of things. And it's maybe if we do it this way, this will work, or maybe if we do it this way, this will work. And the message I'm getting for you is to just like, you can move things around just because it feels good, but it's not really going to change anything in the situation. So it's more or less like you can stop. And maybe a couple things that you do end up shifting are going to actually help you afterwards. So even if it doesn't happen right away, it's like if you're feeling that energy, like you need to make some changes or do some like movements or set some things up certain ways, by all means go for it. Switch some things around and just allow yourself to do that so that you feel better, because it's a temporary thing that may or may not do too much for the future, but regardless, it's going to be like making you feel better in the now, and that's going to start to attract some things that do feel better for you. Okay, that was that was a lot. All right, now as I was speaking, my hands were moving around, and it was almost like an intuitive, like just not even intuitive, it was like instinctual. So just kind of moving things around. So as you're doing this, just recognize that like it's okay to like stretch out. And when I say stretch out, it's like I'm going to say it to this card here. It says take a breather. But yep, it's a woman. So the woman is standing in the water with the full moon behind her, and she's like taking it all in. So what you're being asked to do in this time is actually like spread yourself open. Like be open to new ideas, new possibilities, new opportunities, new people. Everything that you held on to that closed you up so much, because you have been closed a little bit. It's like that situation did not feel good. Like whatever you've gone through some stuff and it did not feel good. And now's your opportunity to really see and allow yourself to open up, but not just to have more things come in, but it's like, and I'm opening up and I'm letting go of all the stuff that I've been holding on to, just like whoosh. And that's another thing with the moving things around. Like it's okay to just let it out, you know? And if you got to drop a little bit here and here and here and here, it's okay. You can clean it up, or you can get help from people to clean up, like whatever it is. Maybe you've got to like express some things. Maybe writing, maybe you're a channel yourself. Maybe you can do some of this as well. Music, art, sometimes just like good conversation with people. Try to avoid anything with drugs or alcohol. This is all stuff that's coming through right now, but try to avoid anything with drugs and alcohol in this time so that you can really like clear yourself of everything that you've been holding on to. And you can be like a vessel for your inner child to, like almost like a home for your inner child to come back. Okay, that's really what it is if you were creating a safe space in yourself for your inner child to just really be and play, what kind of home would you want for your inner child? Okay, so as you're going through and you're letting go of everything, like just let it go. It doesn't serve you anymore. It's not your stuff. It's not your story anymore. Like don't hold on to that story. Open yourself up, new people, new opportunities, new things. And by allowing yourself to do that and create that safe space for your inner child, you're going to be more observant, and it's almost like you're the parent overseeing the space for your inner child. And it's like, what is it that you want? What is it that would really light up all versions of yourself? Your young self, your teenager self, your adult self, whatever stage you're at right now, like what is it that would really light you up? And be open to those things showing up, because they will. When you create the space for your inner child, it's going to attract other inner children and people and opportunities that want to play with you on that level. And it doesn't matter how old you are, and it doesn't matter how responsible you are and how professional you are. It's like you can still have your responsibility and your professionalism and everything you've created, and start to come from that peace, love, and joy, and that like fun creativity, or anything that feels right to you on that level that incorporates all of you. And it's not just incorporating the hurt part of you. Does that make sense? Hope it makes sense. Sometimes these things just come to me so fast. It's like, and I seriously, like, somebody will ask me after a reading like what it was about, and I don't remember until I watch it. So yeah, that's what channeling is like. Okay, so first quarter moon in Gemini. Speak your world into being, in inverse. So right now, again, you got the twins there, right? But this here, instead of it being twins, like think about it being you and your inner child, or at all levels of yourself. So this being your inner guidance system as well. So as you're opening up and you're letting things out, don't be so worried about what you're speaking right now. Yes, everything creates. However, we also need time to vent and clear and heal and stuff. So now's like a purge time. Like you just purge, let it go. At the same time you're letting it go, you can be open to the possibility of some really aligned people and things and opportunities and events showing up. It's just the very act and the willingness of you being able and open to being vulnerable and expressive is going to attract some people who are seeking that as well. Now be advised and just know, sometimes when you open yourself up and you show your light, you can attract a lot of dark and crappy stuff and whatever. But again, when you come from the space of having like the I'm overseeing you and you're overseeing me, it's like you're taking care of each other. So like all different versions of yourself are taking care of the environment and the people that you allow in. So the message I'm getting for you is you don't need to be so concerned about what you're bringing in, because your discernment has gotten better, for one, and also because you're going to be able to, like, without all of that extra stuff and that clutter, you're going to be able to monitor your space and your situation with like effortless ease, and you know, it's going to be good. And vitality, the word vitality is coming to mind. So this is a very different feeling that I have than the last reading. The last reading I did, because I did one just before this, it was like I couldn't breathe and I couldn't express, I couldn't do things. And this one, it's like, it's a feeling of like taking power back, but like in a solid, grounded way. So you don't have to worry about like, if you get out of your element and you feel like you have to try to bring yourself back, or maybe you've been a people pleaser, or maybe you've been trying to do things to get people to love you, like you, to make sure nobody's mad at you, or any of those things. You don't have to worry about any of that, because you're just going to start to express and let go of the things that don't work. You're going to find people to fill in any gaps or things that you've got, and it's going to be a very natural expression, because it's almost like a jigsaw puzzle, and then you lay it out and it's like a magical jigsaw puzzle where the pieces just start to fill in, right? So it's like that, except for imagine like you are the leader of that jigsaw puzzle. It's like you yourself, you're your own puzzle, and then you have your like your centerpiece, I guess. And then you say, okay, you know, everybody, you know, this is me, this is all of us, and you all know where you're supposed to be, and you know, you've got these strengths and you've got this and you've got that, and it's like the people just start filling in, or the puzzle pieces start filling in, until you have a complete puzzle. And so long story short is what you're working on for your dreams or goals or anything that you're doing, and you're gonna start to like manifest and achieve and accomplish things in a faster and faster way than you've done before. And you don't have to worry about all the stuff, I'm gonna say shit show, you don't have to worry about that being part of your reality and your experience anymore, because you've learned so much from your struggles and your trials and tribulations. You've learned so much, but it's more like learning to trust yourself, learning to trust all versions of yourself, and learning to be open to new opportunities, but also to be willing completely to recognize, oh, that puzzle piece does not actually go in this box. I don't even know how it got here. And just be like, okay, you've got to go somewhere else, right? Being okay with letting go of anything that doesn't work. This reading's going a little longer than I thought, and I may have to cut it short because I do actually have an appointment. So I'll see what I can do. Yeah. Long story short is you're going to naturally step into your leadership, right? Step up and lead, and then also attune to the divine. You're very, 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 very much getting connected with who you are and your inner self and your soul and what you're here to accomplish and what you're working on. So that's freaking exciting. I've recently gone through some things that have helped me to go through that, and it's a really, I'd say, powerful shift, and it's really cool. So I commit to grounding to Mother Earth on a regular basis, and I am worth it. That's the message you got from Melissa. Okay, that's this plant here. This is from Nature's Divas Oracle Card Guide. Like, this is the guidebook, but this is a friend of mine's cards, and she's lovely. So, but that's what you got. So I am worth it. So you got to remember that you are worth it, and do what you can to get out in nature and do anything that feels natural for you. Okay. The next one you got is Palmarosa. And okay, so breathe in. Feel on each exhale your body becoming lighter. Your thoughts are clearer. Feel your presence becoming positive, exhaling any negativity. I'm Palmarosa, and I help bring in a more positive mindset. I do this by raising your vibration to a higher level. Yeah, your mindset is going to be shifting so much. And right now, where you feel you're not necessarily like living and leading from your potential, it's a natural evolution for you to go from where you've been to just, it's almost like a flip, like just, you know, it's really, really cool what you're in for. And then, so you got, you never have to settle. You never have to settle. So if you feel like you've been settling because you've been trying to fit yourself in, or you've been trying to make people happy or all this stuff, you never have to settle, ever. Ever. You can continue to move. And that's actually probably a very refreshing thought for someone like you. Because maybe you've been feeling like you have to fit your life around other people's, but you don't. Even if you're a parent, surprisingly. Yes, that's a whole other topic. Make sure you don't like, you're going to know what to do. You're going to know what to do to be the best person, the best partner, the best parent, the best everything, but you're going to know what to do from your own soul, from opening up and connecting with that inner child and really having it all work together. So your affirmation is, I will no longer settle. I will consciously choose the highest and best for me. Again, it's knowing what to do. It's trusting yourself. It's really looking at all versions of you and having all of them work together, right? Especially if you're somebody who has any kind of mental health issues or anything like that. It's like you have various versions of you, and they can actually connect. And I don't think many people talk about that or teach that. They just give you pills and stuff, which again is a whole other topic. But you have gifts. You have very special gifts that you may not have had a chance to realize because you've been doing things kind of from how other people are like almost assigning you. It's almost like you were born into this life and assigned certain roles, and they don't necessarily feel right for you. I wish I could extend this reading even more, but I cannot. But yeah, so long story short is you are an incredible, amazing person and doing some inner work and opening yourself up, but allowing yourself to come from all versions of yourself and really connecting with your higher self, not the victim, not the like really tune into the best version of you because it's there, and all versions of you are important. So not neglecting any of them, but really giving them love and, you know, appreciating them. That's going to make a really big difference for who you are and what you bring. And you don't have to settle. You're better than that, and you know that. You're an amazing person. Anyways, I have to end this reading here. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share, like, subscribe, and I will see you in another reading, okay? Take care. Bye.